The traditional Oval Office meeting was perhaps the only thing standard about this visit. Donald Trump upending decades of US policy on the Middle East, suggesting Palestinians be permanently resettled outside Gaza and the war-torn territory be levelled.
You can't live in Gaza right now, and I think we need another location. I think it should be a location that's going to make people happy. You look over the decades, it's all death in Gaza.
The two leaders emerged from their meeting and the president escalated further, seeming to call for US occupation.
Thank you very much. The US will take over the Gaza Strip and we will do a job with it too. The Riviera of the Middle East, this could be something that could be so bad. This could be so magnificent.
That land is.
He didn't rule out using American troops in the Strip and didn't say what authorization he had for the plan, but claimed it was well thought through.
Everybody I've spoken to loves the idea of the United States owning that piece of land.
I think it's something that could change history, and it's worthwhile really pursuing this avenue.
An estimated 2.3 million Palestinians live in Gaza. By expelling them from the Strip, the viability of a future state would be badly damaged. Other countries have vehemently rejected the idea that Palestinians should be moved.
We have a clear vision regarding the reconstruction without this leading to the expulsion of any citizen from his land.
Outside the White House, protesters reacted angrily to the president's plan.
All the countries in the region have said, no, that's not the way you resolve the issue of the statehood for the Palestinian people.
I think that is just a slap in the face to people who have suffered so much for decades.
Donald Trump's second term has already been characterised by increasingly expansionist tendencies. He says he wants to buy Greenland, to make Canada a US state, and to retake control of the Panama Canal. It's difficult to know if he's serious or if he's making an ambit claim in order to gain leverage. Now the world will try to assess whether it should take the American president at his word. Carrington Clark, ABC News, Washington.
A seismic shift signalled in Middle East policy. But in Canberra,
good afternoon.
A Prime Minister standing firm.
Australia's position is the same as it was this morning, as it was last year, and it was 10 years ago.
Anthony Albanese repeatedly reiterating Australia's long-standing policy.
Australia supports, on a bipartisan basis, a two-state solution in the Middle East.
Backed in by the opposition.
We support a negotiated two-state solution between Palestinians and Israelis.
As diplomats worldwide scramble to decipher President Trump's comments and predict their consequences, a former ambassador to Israel turned Liberal senator is urging caution.
People often say he should be taken seriously, but not literally.
While the federal government's special envoy to combat anti-Semitism appears optimistic about the president's approach.
The Jewish community and the general community see Mr. Trump as, a president that wants to ultimately bring peace to the Middle East. How he gets there, I'm sure, is not going to be a straight road.
For the Greens, it's the end of the road.
The Australian government must make it clear that it opposes this move that is in clear violation of international law.
I'm not going to, as Australia's Prime Minister, give a daily commentary on statements by the US President.
Anthony Albanese batting away question after question, refusing to explicitly oppose, endorse or even comment on the bombshell plans.
I don't intend to have a running commentary. I'm not going to have a running commentary.
Neither side of politics in Australia is rushing to embrace Donald Trump's extraordinary statement, and their reiteration of support for the status quo, a two-state solution, makes that clear. But nor are they willing to pick a fight with an unpredictable president just 2 weeks into a 4-year term. Jane Norman, ABC News, Canberra.
For decades, American presidents, European leaders and Australian prime ministers have held out the hope that a two-state solution is the best chance of peace between Israelis and Palestinians. Australia and the US were at the forefront of the creation of the State of Israel, alongside an Arab state, Palestine. Clearly, that model is under pressure. But as problematic as it is, the new Trump plan is one of the most radical suggestions by any president on any subject in living memory. It's difficult to tell whether this is a Donald Trump ambit claim or whether he'll actually push ahead with it. Neighbours including Egypt, Jordan, United Arab Emirates and Qatar have all pushed back. The key now is Saudi Arabia, the most powerful country in the Arab world. For both Trump and Israel, normalisation between Israel and Saudi Arabia is the glittering prize that they're chasing. If Saudi Arabia insists that a condition for normalisation will be the rebuilding of Gaza, then the Trump plan will not happen. If Saudi Arabia decides to abandon the Palestinians, the notion of a two-state solution is dead, buried by the hands of Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu.